everyone, my name is Rafiat and you're welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for clicking to watch this video. In today's video, we're making coconut rice, a very easy recipe which I paired with this yummy looking chicken sauce. And I'm sure you're going to love this one because they go so well together. And now let's get right into it. Of course, we are starting off with some coconut and I'm using fresh coconut. You can use the store-bought coconut milk and it will also come out nice, but I prefer using the fresh coconut milk because over time I've discovered that it's always better since it's fresh and it gives the best flavor. So all I'm doing now is to cut the coconut into smaller pieces. This is because we are going to be blending and I do not want to overwork the blender at all. So always make sure you cut into smaller pieces, okay? So you don't spoil your blender. Now all I'm going to do is to rinse this thoroughly, and I'm using my mini blender for this. You can use any kind of blender that you want to use. This is a mini rechargeable blender and it's very handy. That's why I used it to blend. You can use absolutely any kind of blender. Now I'm just going to pass this through a sieve, and this is the coconut milk, fresh and ready to be used. Now I'm just going to add some vegetable oil into the pot. Please, if you have coconut oil available, please use that. And now I'm just adding, other ingredients. I added some diced onions and of course some garlic and ginger, chopped garlic and ginger. I'm just going to allow this to fry thoroughly in order to release all that lovely flavor. Now I'm adding my washed rice, thoroughly washed rice. I washed the rice with some hot water. And this is basmati rice. You can use absolutely any kind of rice you have available. It doesn't really matter, just use any kind of rice, okay? So now what I'm doing is to stir fry the rice for a few minutes in the whole onions, garlic and ginger. This is going to help enhance the flavor. It's also going to help the rice not to be sticky, so don't skip this process, okay? Now I'm just going to add some salt, some seasoning powder, and of course some fresh pepper for that heat. I also added some thyme and of course stir to make sure everything is well incorporated and well combined. After all of that, the next thing I'm going to do is to add our freshly squeezed coconut milk into this. The flavor coming from this pot, you guys, this is very tempting. So I'm just going to cover this and allow it to cook for a few minutes. While that is cooking, let's go ahead and make the chicken sauce. I said I paired my coconut rice with chicken sauce, so I'm just going to quickly show you how I made the chicken sauce. And I started off with some chicken breast. You can actually use any part of chicken, that's fine, but for this recipe for today I'm going to be using chicken breast, and all I did was to wash thoroughly, then I cut into smaller pieces. Now I'm adding some of my favorite spices, the spices on screen. I also added some cornstarch and of course some soy sauce. I'm just going to mix everything together, and after mixing I'm just going to set aside to marinate for about 1 to 2 hours. Then I'm just going to add some vegetable oil to a frying pan, add the seasoned chicken and stir fry. Continue stir frying this until the chicken is properly cooked all through. As you're stir frying this, you're going to see that the chicken is going to change color from that pink color to this brown color, showing that the chicken is properly cooked. Now I'm just going to take that out of the pan. Go in with your diced onions, and after that of course you can add chopped garlic and ginger for that flavor. I love cooking with garlic and ginger. So stir everything together as usual so that the flavor can be released and everything is going to be yummy. So now after that I'm just going to add some pepper. I'm not adding so much pepper. I just added a little bit of scotch bonnet and of course some bell peppers, red and green. Now I'm just adding some seasoning powder and some soy sauce. You can use salt in place of soy sauce. So in this recipe I use soy sauce only. So if you're using soy sauce, no need for salt. Now I'm just adding some cornstarch slurry. You can just dissolve cornstarch or all-purpose flour with some water and add. It serves as a thickener. Now I just added the chicken and I'm just going to stir everything together, allow for about 3 more minutes, and it's ready. Easy peasy. Back to our rice. The rice is done. It took about 20 to 25 minutes on medium heat to be done. So I'm just going to set the rice aside. Now over to the making the remaining process of the rice. I'm just going to add some salt to some eggs and mix everything together. And to fry the eggs, I'm just going to melt some butter. You can use margarine in place of butter, that's fine, or even vegetable oil or coconut oil, that's perfect. So now I'm just going to fry the eggs and that's it for the eggs. And I need to mention this. So you can also add pepper to the eggs. I added just salt to mine. So if you want yours to be more tasty, more spicy, but I didn't do any of that because the rice already had enough spices and all that. So after frying the eggs, simply take them out of the pot and let's move forward. So I'm going to add some oil to the pot. Like I said, you can use coconut oil, vegetable oil, or margarine, anything you have. I just added some onions, and to that I'm just going to add my mixed veggies. I use green and red bell pepper, some sweet corn, green peas, and some carrots. You can use any mixed veggies, absolutely anyone. This depends on choice. You don't have to stick to this one that I used here. I was keeping it really simple, so I didn't do too much. All I did was to add the mixed veggies to the pot. Now I'm just stirring everything together. I added some seasoning and of course I added some salt as well. And of course some pepper. You guys, I like pepper, so I added extra pepper. You can skip the pepper if the pepper you added to the rice is okay. So I'm just going to stir everything together, and at this point is on low heat. So I added the rice, the already cooked rice. At this point it was totally cool. And I need to mention this, when making rice like this, fried rice like this, it's better when the rice is totally cool and not, still hot. I also added the eggs that we fried earlier. I'm just stirring everything together. Make sure you scoop the veggies at the bottom of the pot. Make sure you get to every corner of the pot to make sure all the veggies and all the ingredients we used, get to every corner of the rice. And that's it. We're done. It's pretty easy to make, and I love the fact that I paired it with this chicken sauce. You guys, you need to try this combination. It's really lovely, and you guys, it is lip smacking. Thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you so much for coming this far. Bye, and don't forget to subscribe.